So leading up to Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete, Shakur came out stating, respect to Valdez, I want him to win tomorrow for sure. Now obviously last night Navarrete showed he's a level above Oscar Valdez, where he completely dominated Oscar Valdez, beat him up so bad to the point he closed his eye. I'm talking about Valdez's eye was completely shut, where he couldn't see out of his eye at all. I even said during the fight, if Navarrete had one more round, he would have easily stopped Oscar Valdez, which there's a reason why the doctors didn't check Valdez's eye in the 11th round, because if they did, they would have had stopped the fight right then and there. Nevertheless, when Shakur fought Oscar Valdez, obviously I hold Shakur to higher standards than Navarrete, as most of us do. So I was expecting Shakur to dominate Valdez like Floyd Mayweather dominated Gotti. That's the type of beatdown I was expecting. However, Valdez did better than we thought. He even managed to hurt Shakur to the body, according to Shakur himself. On the other hand, leading up to Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete, that was looked at as Barrera-Morales' type of back-and-forth competitive fight. That's why when Navarrete completely dominated Oscar Valdez, despite the biased commentary by Tessitore and Timothy Bradley trying to convince you otherwise, according to Timothy Bradley and Tessitore, this fight was so close, they want to see a trilogy. I guess they want to see a trilogy ass whipping, because that's exactly what it was. I was even more impressed with Navarrete than I was with Shakur. For the solo reason, I hold Shakur to higher standards. I expected Shakur to beat Oscar Valdez to the point where the referee had to stop the fight because either Valdez's eyes were both closed or he was just receiving that type of beatdown, similar to Floyd versus Gotti, since Valdez lacked defense. Nevertheless, this is actually great for Shakur because at the moment in time, he's having a hard time to find an opponent. Navarrete just came out after this big win against Valdez stating he's willing to fight Shakur. And I'm talking about he's willing to fight Shakur next, which you have to respect Navarrete for that, running straight to the smoke. In fact, Navarrete was willing to fight Shakur in the past. Immediately after Shakur beat Oscar Valdez, Navarrete started to negotiate with Shakur. Back then, Navarrete was the champion at 126, while Shakur was the unified champion at 130. Now, Navarrete wanted to move up right away to fight Shakur, but the fight ended up falling apart because of money. Somebody wanted more money, or perhaps they both wanted more money. I'm not sure. All I remember back then, Shakur came out stating, quote, "Pay me my money and I'm ready to go." End of the quote. Next thing you know, the fight fell apart and Shakur ended up fighting Kinstachi instead. So hopefully Shakur won't drop the ball this time around, because Navarrete, he has a major buzz at the moment in time, so does Shakur. They can fight at a catchweight at 132 pounds or even at 130. I remember Shakur not too long ago, he came out and said, I can still make 130 pounds, leading up to his last fight. So if that's the case, since Shakur is that light, he can move up and down just like Gervonta does and go back to 130 to beat Navarrete, then come right back up to 135 to hopefully land a fight with Lomachenko next year. I think that's a good plan. It will be a major step back if Shakur's next fight is not against a big name. Shakur has to capitalize on the moment. He already missed out on a lot of great opportunities due to wrong business decisions that he made. When he turned down a unification at 126 against Josh Warrington, only for Lara to go and knock him out overseas. Shakur said he turned down that fight because the money wasn't right. Shakur also did the same thing with Navarrete. That fight fell apart because supposedly the money wasn't right. Even lately, Shakur made the biggest mistake of his career by turning down the biggest offer of his career to fight Devin Haney for undisputed. This is another fight Shakur turned down because of the money. He wanted more money. Therefore, Shakur can't continue to make the same mistake. There's a fine line between legacy and money. And Shakur is only slowing his own career down by continuing to make the wrong business decisions. You have to sacrifice when you are as good as Shakur. And guess what? The Navarrete fight is a really good fight for Shakur. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and I'm not saying it's going to be tough. All I'm saying is, stylistically and on paper, this is a hell of a fight. On one hand, Shakur is elusive. On the other hand, Navarrete is creative with his offense, which this is going to create fireworks that we will all love to see. So hopefully Shakur and Navarrete could solve the money issue and give the fans the fight they want to see. With that being said, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.